Successful Life by Tony Dodd. Intro. My friend, life is short, life is precious. We all dream of living a successful life. But sometimes we confuse success with just money. Tony Dodd reminds us that success is much more than that. It's about time, it's about energy, it's about purpose, it's about balance. So today, let's walk together, chapter by chapter, to discover what a truly successful life means. Chapter 1: The Foundation of Success. Every building needs a foundation. Life is no different. Tony says, success starts inside. It begins with your values. Who are you? What do you believe in? What principles guide your choices? When you know this, you don't feel lost. Life feels clear, and you start living with strength. Chapter 1: The Foundation of Success. Success never starts outside. It always starts inside. Tony Dodd begins this chapter by reminding us of something we often forget. That the strongest building cannot stand without a solid foundation. And in life, we are the builders. Our foundation is not money, not fame, not even talent. Our foundation is mindset. The way we think, the way we believe, the way we see ourselves when nobody else is watching. Tony says, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. And isn't that true? How many times have we doubted our own worth? How many times have we thought, I can't do this? But the truth is, success is not about what you have. It's about what you believe. Your beliefs become your choices. Your choices become your actions. And your actions create your future. Tony shares a powerful thought. He says, your mind is like the soil. Whatever seed you plant in it, grows. If you plant doubt, fear, and negativity, your life will grow weak. But if you plant confidence, hope, and faith, your life will grow strong. Think about it, my friend. Every successful person you admire today once started with nothing but belief. Belief that they can do it. Belief that they deserve more. Belief that their dreams are possible. And that's where your journey must begin too. With belief. But belief alone is not enough. Tony says we need clarity. Clarity about who we are. Clarity about what we want. Clarity about why we are here. Because without clarity, we walk in circles. We chase everything and achieve nothing. But with clarity, our energy becomes powerful. Our focus becomes sharp. Our steps become meaningful. So Tony asks us to pause and reflect. What are your values? What do you stand for? What kind of life do you want to build? These questions may sound simple, but they are the foundation of your success. If your values are weak, your success will be weak. If your values are strong, your success will be unshakable. Tony also speaks about discipline. Discipline is the cement that holds your foundation together. Without discipline, motivation fades. Without discipline, dreams die. But with discipline, even the impossible becomes possible. Because discipline doesn't depend on mood. It doesn't depend on feelings. It depends on commitment. Commitment to yourself. Commitment to your future. Commitment to never giving up. This is the foundation, my friend. Mindset, belief, clarity, values, and discipline. Build these within you, and success will not just be possible. It will be inevitable. Chapter 2: The Power of Habits. We become what we do every day. Habits shape us, not once in a while, but daily. Tony says, tiny habits build great lives. Wake up early. Take care of your health. Read something that grows your mind. Protect your focus. Do this daily, and slowly, your life transforms. Habits are you silent builders of destiny. Chapter 2: The Power of Habits. My friend, success doesn't arrive in one giant leap. It comes in small steps. And those small steps are called habits. Every day, you repeat actions. Some you notice, some you don't. Brushing your teeth, checking your phone, eating at certain times, thinking the same thoughts again and again. These little things shape your life more than you realize. Tony Dodd explains that habits are like invisible threads. One thread seems small, but when repeated daily, it weaves the entire fabric of your future. Ask yourself, what are your daily habits right now? Are they lifting you up or holding you down? A person's success is not built on occasional big efforts. It is built on what they do consistently. Imagine two people. One chooses to read 10 pages every night. The other scrolls endlessly on social media. At first, there's no difference. But after 1 year, the first person has read several books, gained new knowledge, built new perspectives, and the second person Still stuck, still restless, still empty inside. That's the power of habits. Tony says, your habits can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Good habits push you towards success. Bad habits slowly destroy your chances. The key is awareness. Notice your patterns. Notice the things you do on autopilot. Because change begins with awareness. Now here's the secret. You don't need to break a bad habit overnight. You just need to replace it. Habits don't die. They transform. If you snack on junk food when you're stressed, replace it with a healthier option. If you waste time watching random videos, replace it with watching something that teaches you. Slowly, your brain rewires. Slowly, your actions shift. And soon, your life follows. Tony emphasizes the compound effect of habits. A small habit done daily becomes a big result over time. Drinking water, exercising for 15 minutes, journaling your thoughts, expressing gratitude. Each one looks tiny today. But years later, they transform who you are. Remember this, my friend. Success is not a single moment. It's a reflection of your habits. So if you want a successful life, don't chase only big dreams. Build small habits that support those dreams. Because in the end, your habits create your destiny. Chapter 3. Time is a resource. Time is not money. It's more valuable. Because money can be earned again. But time never returns. Every day you live, your time account decreases. So spend wisely. Tony teaches, use time with intention. Don't waste hours in meaningless scrolling. Don't give your life to distractions. Ask yourself, is this worth my time? If not, let it go. Because time is your most sacred treasure. Chapter 3. Time is a resource. Time. It is the most precious gift we all have. Yet, most of us treat it as if it is unlimited. We waste it. We spend it on things that don't matter. We chase distractions. And in the process we lose pieces of our own life. Tony Dodd reminds us of a hard truth. Money lost can be earned again. Opportunities missed can come again. But time once gone, never returns. Every second is a piece of your life story. Every minute is a brick in the house of your destiny. The question is, how are you using it? Are you investing it wisely? Or are you letting it slip away? Most people think success is about working harder. But in reality, success is about using time smarter. Think about it, my friend. The richest people in the world and the poorest both have the same 24 hours. The difference lies in how they use them. Successful people see time as an asset. They don't spend it carelessly. They invest it. They prioritize what matters. They cut out what doesn't. Tony explains something powerful. Time is not just about productivity. It is about alignment. Alignment with your values. Alignment with your dreams. If you say your family matters but you give them no time, are you truly aligned? If you say your health matters but you give no time to it, are you really living your truth? Every choice you make with your time reflects your priorities. And priorities reveal who you are. Tony shares a simple practice. Imagine your day as a jar. You have big stones, small pebbles, and sand. The big stones are your most important goals. The pebbles are your smaller tasks. The sand is the noise and distractions. If you fill the jar with sand first, you'll never have space for the big stones. But if you put the big stones first, the pebbles and sand will still fit. This is how life works. Prioritize your big stones first, and the rest will fall into place. Tony also reminds us that rest is not wasted time. Sleep is not wasted time. Pausing to breathe is not wasted time. Because when you recharge, your hours become more powerful. A tired hour produces little. A focused hour produces wonders. So, value your time. Guard it. Don't give it to every distraction that knocks on your door. Don't waste it trying to please everyone. Give it to what truly matters. And remember this. At the end of your life, you will not regret the money you didn't make. You will regret the time you didn't spend with the people you love on the dreams that lit your heart. Time is your life. Use it as if it's your treasure. Because it is. Chapter 4. Energy and Renewal. Even if you have time, you need energy. Without energy, time is useless. Energy comes from sleep, from food, from movement, from inner peace. Tony says, protect your energy like gold. Don't give it to toxic people. Don't drain it with overthinking. Instead, renew it with rest. Recharge with positivity. A successful life is not about burning out. It's about managing energy wisely. Chapter 4, Energy and Renewal. Life is not just about how much time you have. It's also about how much energy you can bring into that time. You see, success is not only built on hours of hard work. It's built on the quality of the energy you invest in those hours. Think about it. You could have 10 hours in a day, but if you're exhausted, distracted, and drained, those hours won't give you much. On the other hand, even 2 focused, energized hours can create breakthroughs. This is why Tony Dodd says that energy management is just as important as time management. We all have 4 main types of energy. Physical energy, your body's fuel. Mental energy, your ability to focus and think clearly. Emotional energy, how you feel, your mood, your resilience. Spiritual energy, your sense of purpose and meaning. If any one of these runs low, your life feels unbalanced. If they all are strong, you feel unstoppable. So, let's break it down. Physical energy starts with the basics. Sleep, nutrition, movement. When you sleep well, eat well, and exercise, you're not just keeping your body healthy. You are charging your inner battery. Skipping these is like running a phone on low power mode all day. It still works, but not at its best. Mental energy is about what you focus on. Every time you multitask, switch between distractions, or drown in endless notifications, you drain your brain. But when you give full attention to one important task, your mental energy multiplies. It's like shining a flashlight in the dark, focused, sharp, powerful. Emotional energy is often overlooked. Think about how your mood affects your actions. When you are angry, sad, or stressed, even simple tasks feel heavy. But when you're happy, hopeful, and calm, the same tasks feel lighter. This is why you must protect your emotions. Surround yourself with positive people. Practice gratitude. Learn to let go of grudges. Because your heart fuels your energy just as much as your body does. Finally, spiritual energy. This doesn't mean religion. It means purpose. It's the deep why behind what you do. When your actions connect to your values, when your work aligns with your purpose, you feel alive. Without it, even success feels empty. Purpose gives you energy that no amount of coffee ever could. Tony Dodd emphasizes renewal. You cannot run endlessly without breaks. Just like a machine needs rest, your mind and body need recovery. Short pauses in your day, deep rest at night, moments of silence in the chaos, these are not luxuries. They are necessities. Think of renewal as sharpening your saw. If you keep cutting without sharpening, soon the blade becomes dull. But if you pause, sharpen, and then cut, you achieve more with less effort. In the end, energy and renewal are about rhythm. Work hard, but rest deeply. Push forward, but pause to breathe. Give your all, but also give yourself time to recover. That's how champions live. That's how successful lives are built. My friend, ask yourself today, are you only managing your time? Or are you also managing your energy? Because time is limited, but energy, when renewed, can be limitless. And that's the secret Tony Dodd wants us to hold close. Chapter 5, The Science of Focus. Distractions are thieves. They steal your life. Tony says, success comes to those who focus deeply. When you do one thing at a time. When you say no to what doesn't matter. When you guard your attention. That's when you grow. Focus is a superpower, and those who master it, master life. Chapter 5, The Science of Focus. Focus is the ability to give your full attention to what matters most. It's not just about working harder. It's about working with clarity, with direction, with purpose. Tony Dodd explains that focus is like a spotlight. Wherever you direct it, energy flows. But when that light is scattered, nothing shines bright enough. We often live distracted lives. Our phones buzz. Notifications never stop. Thoughts jump from one worry to another. And in the end, our energy gets drained without real results. That's why mastering focus is a science. It's not a gift for a few. It's a skill that can be learned, practiced, and strengthened. Tony says the brain loves clarity. When we know what truly matters, the brain naturally cuts the noise. But when we try to do everything at once, focus disappears. And without focus, progress slows. So how do we build deep focus? First, by eliminating distractions. Ask yourself, what is stealing my attention today? Maybe it's social media. Maybe it's unnecessary conversations. Maybe it's overthinking. The moment you recognize these thieves of focus, you start to win. Second, by practicing single tasking. Our culture glorifies multitasking. But science shows multitasking is an illusion. The brain doesn't do two things at once. It switches quickly, and in switching, energy is wasted. Instead, choose one task. Give it your full attention. Finish it, and then move to the next. This builds momentum. This builds confidence. Third, by using time blocks. Dodd suggests scheduling focused sessions. Work in deep silence for 30 minutes. Take a short break, then go again. This rhythm trains your brain like a muscle. Over time, your focus grows stronger. Fourth, by protecting your mornings. The first hours after waking are powerful. Your mind is fresh. Your energy is high. If you use mornings for distractions, the whole day feels scattered. But if you dedicate mornings to your most important work, life starts to transform. Fifth, by learning to say no. Focus requires boundaries. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everyone's urgency is your priority. When you say no to the less important, you say yes to your future. Tony also talks about mental focus. It's not just about what you do with your time. It's about what you do with your thoughts. If your mind keeps replaying fears, regrets, or doubts, you lose energy. But when your thoughts align with your vision, focus becomes effortless. That's why visualization helps. Close your eyes. See the outcome you want. Feel it. Live it in your mind before it happens. Your brain starts to believe it's possible. And when belief grows, focus sharpens. Dodd reminds us that focus is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about being here, fully, with what matters right now. So the science of focus is also the art of mindfulness. Learning to be where you are. Not trapped in the past. Not lost in the future. But present in this moment. Because success is built one focused moment at a time. And when you train your mind to focus deeply, distractions lose their power. You become unstoppable. You become free. Chapter 6: Goal Setting with Purpose. Goals give life direction. But not all goals matter. Chasing empty goals will leave you empty. Tony says, set goals that align with your purpose. Ask yourself, why do I want this? If the answer is clear, the goal is worth it. If not, let it go. Purpose-driven goals bring joy. They make you feel alive. And they create a life of meaning. Chapter 6: Goal Setting with Purpose. When we talk about success, goals are like the map. Without them, we drift. With them, we move with clarity. Tony Dodd explains that goal setting is not just about writing a list of things you want. It's about connecting your goals with your purpose. Because if a goal does not align with your deeper why, it will lose its power. Think of it like this. A person might set a goal to earn more money. But if that money is not tied to freedom, security, or a dream that excites them, it becomes just numbers on paper. Soon, motivation fades. Purpose is what breathes life into goals. It makes them magnetic. It pulls you forward even on tough days. Tony highlights a simple framework. Clarity: be crystal clear about what you want. Not, I want to be healthy, but I will walk 5 kilometers every morning for the next 3 months. Meaning, ask yourself, why does this matter to me? If your answer brings emotion, that's the right goal. Action: break big goals into small, daily steps. Small wins build momentum. Another powerful point he makes is about writing goals down. When you put them on paper, you give them structure. Your brain treats them as instructions, not dreams. Tony also reminds us that goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Yes, the classic SMART formula. But he takes it further. He says, make your goals emotional. If they don't light a fire inside you, they won't last. Let's imagine two people. One sets a goal: I will save 1 lakh rupees this year. The other says, I will save 1 lakh rupees so that I can take my parents on their first ever trip abroad. Now tell me, who will fight harder to achieve it? Of course, the second one. Because the goal is tied to love, purpose, and meaning. Tony also talks about reviewing goals often. Life changes. We grow. And sometimes, old goals no longer serve us. That's okay. Don't feel guilty for changing direction. Purpose evolves, and so should your goals. Another insight he shares is the balance between long-term vision and short-term milestones. Big goals can feel overwhelming. But when you break them down into steps, they become achievable. It's like climbing a mountain. Don't look only at the peak. Focus on the next step, then the next. And here's the most emotional part, he says, your goals should not only be about having things, but also about becoming someone. That hit me deeply. Because success is not only in reaching the destination but also in the transformation that happens within us during the journey. So, if you want a successful life, don't just set goals for money, fame, or possessions. Set goals that reflect who you want to be, how you want to live, and what legacy you want to leave. When goals align with your purpose, every effort feels meaningful. Every sacrifice feels worth it. And every step takes you closer to the life you truly desire. Chapter 7: Decision Making and Choices. Life is shaped by choices. Every decision adds up. Small or big, they define your path. Tony teaches, don't make choices out of fear. Make them with clarity. Take time. Think. Ask, will this help me grow? Will this bring me peace? If yes, then move forward. Your choices are the pen that writes your life story. Take a deep breath, because this chapter talks about one of the most powerful forces in your life. Every single day, you and I make choices. Some are small: what to eat, what to wear, what to watch. But some are life-changing. Which career to pursue, whom to trust, where to invest your time, your money, and your energy. Tony Dodd reminds us of something simple, yet so powerful. Your life is nothing but the sum of your decisions. He explains that most people underestimate this truth. They think life is controlled by luck, or fate, or other people. But in reality, it is the quiet, consistent decisions you make that shape the direction of your destiny. Tony divides decision-making into two parts. First, conscious decisions. These are the ones you take after thinking deeply. You weigh the pros and cons. You reflect on long-term outcomes. You use your wisdom. Second, unconscious decisions. These are the habits and patterns you follow without even realizing. The routines you repeat every day. The people you choose to spend time with. The food you put in your body. Even these unconscious decisions carry enormous power. Tony gives us a guiding question. He says, before making any decision, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to the life I want, or take me farther away? It's such a simple question, but it has the power to stop impulsive mistakes. And it can pull you toward a future you truly desire. He also talks about fear and indecision. Many people don't make choices because they're afraid of being wrong. But Tony reminds us, not choosing is also a choice. And often, it is the worst one. Progress only happens when you decide. Even if you make a mistake, you learn. But if you never decide, you stay stuck in the same place. Another powerful idea in this chapter is about values. Tony says, base your decisions on your values, not just emotions. Ask yourself, what matters most to me? Integrity, growth, freedom, family. When your choices align with your values, life feels lighter, your heart feels clear, and regrets slowly disappear. He also shares a beautiful thought about opportunity cost. Every yes to something is a no to something else. When you say yes to scrolling endlessly, you are saying no to learning something new. When you say yes to toxic relationships, you are saying no to your peace of mind. So be mindful of every yes, because behind it, there is always a hidden no. Tony leaves us with this message. Great lives are not built by a single, giant decision. They are built by small, consistent choices, made with awareness, courage, and clarity. He says, your choices are the steering wheel of your life. Wherever you turn them, your life will follow. So my friend, ask yourself today, what choices am I making? Are they leading me toward my dreams, or pulling me away from them? Because in the end, your destiny is waiting, and it is shaped by the decisions you make right now. Chapter 8: Stress and Resilience. Life is never easy. Stress will come, challenges will test you, but Tony says resilience is the answer. Resilience means you bend but you don't break. You fall but you rise again. You cry but you keep moving. Stress can break you, or it can shape you. The choice is yours. Resilience turns pain into strength. Chapter 8: Stress and Resilience. Life is not easy. Every path comes with obstacles. Every dream comes with challenges. And every success comes with moments of doubt. Stress is a part of life. You can't escape it, but you can learn how to deal with it. Tony Dodd says stress is not always an enemy. Sometimes, stress is a signal. It tells us that we are stretching, that we are moving outside our comfort zone, that we are growing. But here's the problem. Too much stress can break you. Too much stress can drain your energy, your hope, and your health. That's why resilience is so important. Resilience is the ability to bounce back. It's not about never falling. It's about rising every single time you fall. Think about a rubber band. You stretch it, and it comes back. Life will stretch you too. But resilience brings you back stronger. Tony explains 3 ways to build resilience. First, by building inner strength. This means believing in yourself even when the world doubts you. Second, by building supportive relationships. When you have people who care, you heal faster. And third, by managing your body and mind. Exercise, sleep, healthy food, and meditation make your foundation strong. Stress hits everyone, but not everyone breaks. Some people bend and then rise higher. Because resilience is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Tony reminds us that resilience doesn't mean you won't feel pain. It means you'll keep moving despite the pain. It means you'll refuse to quit even when quitting feels easier. It means you'll find hope in darkness and light in despair. So, the next time stress knocks at your door, don't panic. Pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this moment? Turn your stress into growth. Turn your pain into power. And remember, resilience is the secret weapon of all successful people. Chapter 9, Relationships and Connection. What's success without people to share it with? Tony reminds us, relationships are life's true wealth. Love, friendship, family, these give meaning to your success. Don't ignore them chasing money. Don't lose people for temporary wins. Because in the end, what we remember are not numbers, but moments, shared smiles, deep connections. This is the heart of a successful life. Chapter 9, Relationships and Connection. Friend, no matter how talented, hardworking, or ambitious you are, life feels empty if you walk alone. Relationships are not just about people around us, they are about the energy we share, the love we exchange, and the support we receive in tough times. A balanced life is not only about work, goals, and achievements. It's also about having those few people in your corner who believe in you, even when you stop believing in yourself. Think about it, when you succeed in something big, the joy doubles when you share it with your loved ones. And when you fail, the pain becomes lighter when someone is there to hold your hand and say, "It's okay, I'm with you." That's the power of connection. Why relationships matter. Science shows us that strong social connections improve our mental health, increase our lifespan, and reduce stress. But beyond science, relationships feed our soul. You can have all the money in the world, but without people to celebrate with, it feels hollow. You can achieve all the goals, but without love and connection, life feels incomplete. True success is when you have both achievement and togetherness. Building meaningful connections. Meaningful connections are not about the number of friends or followers. They are about depth. One true friend who listens without judgment is more valuable than 1,000 casual contacts. So instead of trying to impress everyone, focus on nurturing a few deep, real bonds. And remember, strong relationships are built on 3 things. Trust, can I rely on you? Respect, do you value me for who I am? Care, will you be there when I need you? Without these, connections remain surface level. With these, bonds last a lifetime. Giving before expecting. We often wait for others to support us, love us, or appreciate us. But the real secret is give first. Be the person who listens. Be the one who appreciates. Be the one who uplifts. When you pour kindness into others, it comes back in ways you never imagined. Friendship, love, and respect, these are not transactions. They are gifts. And the more you give, the richer your life becomes. Protecting your energy. But remember, not every connection is good for you. Some people drain your energy. They criticize, complain, and pull you down. If you let them stay close, they will steal your peace. So protect your inner circle. Surround yourself with people who believe in growth, who inspire you, and who make you feel stronger. Your environment shapes your mindset. Choose wisely. Connection in daily life. You don't need grand gestures to build connections. Sometimes it's just a smile, a short call, a genuine "How are you?" Small acts of care build unshakable bonds. In today's busy world, we often forget to check on people. But remember, one kind word from you might heal someone's day. And one moment of presence might create a memory that lasts forever. The balance of relationships. A balanced life means balancing self-care with relationships. You can't pour into others if you are empty. So first, love yourself, respect yourself, and care for yourself. When you do, you'll be able to love and support others better. And when you build relationships on mutual respect, you create a circle of strength where everyone grows together. Final thought. At the end of life, you won't remember all the deadlines, all the money, or all the meetings. You'll remember the laughter you shared, the hugs you received, and the people who stood by you. That's why connection is not optional, it's essential. Because relationships don't just add to life. They give life its meaning. Chapter 10: The Path to a Balanced Life. Success without balance is failure in disguise. Work matters, but so does health. Money matters, but so does peace. Tony says, a successful life is about harmony. Not extremes. Not burnout. Not emptiness. Balance is when your work grows, your health shines, your relationships thrive, and your soul feels calm. That is real success. Chapter 10: The Path to a Balanced Life. Life is not about running endlessly. It is not about chasing success at the cost of peace. It is about balance. Balance between work and rest. Balance between ambition and contentment. Balance between giving and receiving. When we live an unbalanced life, stress rises. Our health suffers. Our relationships weaken. And even our success feels hollow. A balanced life is a meaningful life. It brings joy, stability, and harmony. Work and personal life. Work is important. It gives us money, purpose, and achievement. But if work consumes all our time, life feels empty. On the other hand, if we ignore work completely, survival becomes hard. So balance is the key. Decide how much time you give to your career, and how much to your family and personal growth. Remember, success in one area does not mean ignoring another. Health and well-being. No success matters if health is lost. A strong body and a calm mind are the foundation of everything. Balance means giving equal attention to sleep, exercise, nutrition, and relaxation. Even small habits like walking daily, eating mindfully, and sleeping on time protect your energy. This balance gives you the strength to face life's challenges. Relationships and connection. Without love and relationships, even riches feel empty. A balanced life means keeping time for family, friends, and loved ones. It means listening with care, sharing your heart, and being present. Work may give achievements, but relationships give meaning. Both must coexist for a balanced life. Personal growth. Growth is another pillar of balance. Reading, learning, exploring new skills, they nourish the mind. If you only chase comfort, life becomes stagnant. Balance comes from pushing yourself to grow, while also enjoying the present. Rest and enjoyment. Balance also means giving yourself time to rest, to laugh, to enjoy the little moments of life. A walk in nature, a cup of tea with a friend, a quiet evening with family. These moments refill the soul. They remind you that happiness is not only in the future but also in today. Practical steps to create balance. Set priorities, decide what matters most to you: work, health, family, or growth. Plan your time, schedule work, rest, and fun. Do not let one area take over. Say no, do not accept everything. Protect your time for what truly matters. Simplify life, less chaos means more peace. Check regularly, ask yourself often, am I living in balance, or am I tilting too much to one side? The deeper meaning. A balanced life is not about perfection. It is not about dividing hours equally. It is about harmony. When your heart feels calm, when your relationships feel alive, when your health supports your dreams, you are balanced. Success, health, love, and peace, when they move together, life feels complete. So, my friend, balance is the ultimate success. It is the art of living fully. It is the secret of happiness. And it is the path to a life well lived. Outro. So my friend, a successful life is not just about wealth. It's about time, energy, focus, purpose, choices, resilience, relationships, and balance. This is what Tony Dodd reminds us. And this is the path to a life worth living. Remember, life is short. Live it well, not just for success, but for meaning. Not just for achievement, but for peace. This is your time. This is your life. Make it truly successful. Outro. Friends, Tony Dodd reminds us of one simple truth. A successful life is not measured only by money. It is measured by the peace you feel inside, by the love you give to others, by the balance you create between work, health, and happiness. Success is not a destination. It is a journey of discipline, learning, and self-growth. If you walk with patience and clarity, life rewards you in ways you cannot imagine. On Abd of Finance, my goal is to walk this journey with you. To bring you knowledge, inspiration, and wisdom so that your success is not just in numbers but also in life. So keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving towards the life you truly deserve. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video of ABD of Finance.